After calling them 2 probation officers out, already by name, I call out everybody. I say that he's trying to set me up, and these are the names they're using to try to locate me and make this look like the way they want it to on Facebook Messenger. And I make a post about it. As soon as I do, my computer gets wiped. I get Google spammed, and my Google spam, everything I've never seen anything like it. 1,000 things come through my Google spam all at once. And every time I make a video, because after that, they didn't stop for a minute. I would make a video and say what I knew was going on at the time, and I'd send that video to my email, and as soon as I would, everything would get deleted in my phone. Now, mind you, I'm in a complete addiction at the time, and I wanted to get better. I did. I started praying more. I started going to church. I went and got baptized. But to them, that means nothing. To them, that means nothing. I'm not able to be saved or to be a better person. I'm not. They literally were trying to get me to look like somebody I wasn't, for sure. I mean, it's traumatized me. So then 5 months go by after I call them out on Facebook. There's an overdose call at my house. I didn't know at the time the phones were tapped. I didn't know that either. I had an idea of it, though, because one day, his phone was facing him, and my phone was facing me. And I looked at his phone, and it took a picture of me from his phone while his phone was facing this way. His camera wasn't on me, but it took a picture of me. And I'm like, did you just see that? And he's so high and out of it, he doesn't recognize what I'm telling him I'm seeing. But I call them names out on Facebook. 5 months go by, an overdose call goes out at my house. I didn't know the phones were tapped. A friend of mine had overdosed. And he had overdosed a few times before this, and I saved him with Narcan. But this day in particular, I had no Narcan. Jody calls 911. We're waiting. A couple minutes go by. The call never made it to 911. The phones were tapped. It went to them 2 probation officers because they're the only ones that showed up at the house. No cops, no ambulance, just them 2 probation officers. They thought it was me overdosing. They showed up to kill me. It was a friend of mine overdosing. And then they figured since it wasn't me, they would just let him pass away and I would fall down for it. Because they didn't know what was in my phone at the time. They didn't know I had those videos. And they knew if they tried to charge you with anything, I would just say the truth and it would come out. They put me away for 60 days off my first technical dirty urine that day. I shouldn't have went for a day, 2 maybe, for my first technical dirty urine. While I'm in the rehab, a DOC rehab, mind you, Department of Corrections rehab I was in. All the doors are wide open. You could leave whenever they wanted, and they planned on it. They wanted me to try to escape, but I had no reason to. When I got out, they were telling me while I was there that my paperwork was in Philadelphia. Why? Why would my paperwork be in Philadelphia? They had no information to give my counselor whatsoever at the rehab. He tells me, they said, when you get out, just to go about your life. If they need you, they'll get a hold of you. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, in my mind, I'm thinking they really know how much they messed up here, so they're probably just letting me go free. I don't know, at this point. But I get out and a couple weeks go by. My probation officer calls me, who was the reason why them 2 females showed up that day. They said they were dispatched to it because I was on probation, which was a lie. And they said my actual probation officer was on vacation. I can't believe people are capable of doing this kind of stuff. I can't make this up. So my probation officer calls me right after I get a message from someone who he was at a dinner party with and said he knew I killed somebody. And she stood up for me because I raised her since she was an infant, gave her insulin shots and everything. Thank God she was there, right? She sends me a message about it, and the next day I get a brand new probation officer. But before that, my probation officer comes, he wants to urine me. He says I'm hot for cocaine. I tell him I want to piss again. I'm really mad about it, too. He takes that cup, dumps it in another cup, and shows that to me instead of letting me piss again. I was like, what is that about? What is that about? Was it already pre-lined with something? And that's why he didn't want the piss out of me again? So he tells me, if you're dirty again, you're going to go to jail for 24, 48 hours. 24, then 48, then 3 days, if you keep messing up. And I said, what was up with this 60 days I